Video number 12. Number 12.1. These stories are so comforting. My dad was unable to speak during the last days while he was doing home hospice. I sat next to him and held his hand as I talked with him. I asked if he had seen my sister, who had committed suicide in 2003, and he squeezed my hand, indicating yes. I asked if he had seen her more than once and again squeezed my hand. Finally, I said it was okay for him to leave when he was ready, and Kathy would help take him home, and he squeezed my hand a third time but wouldn't let go. Days later, after I had returned home, I called and had my mom put the phone to my dad's ear so he could hear me talk to him. I reminded him it was okay to leave his broken body and that Kathy is there whenever he's ready. I told him I loved him, and my mom hung up the phone. She called me back within 5 minutes and was crying and saying, "Daddy's gone," and I knew he had left right after I spoke to him. God is truly wonderful in the way He helps us transition from this reality into the next and gives us the comfort of having loved ones meeting us to escort us back home. Number 12.2. My mom saw people up at the corner of her hospital room's ceiling. Initially, she said she didn't recognize anyone. Then she started having conversations, in whispers, to people the morning of the day my 94-year-old mom passed. She looked up at the ceiling. Then she squinted her eyes. She exclaimed, "Mother? Oh, Mother," and blew her kisses. She smiled. That afternoon, she passed and blew me kisses. Number 12.3. My grandfather saw his whole family more frequently before his passing. He always said they're waiting for him to cross over. He'd have conversation with them as if they were there. I guess we all knew his time is coming. It broke all our hearts the knowing he won't be around for long. Number 12.4. I have been in healthcare for 35 years and worked with patients who are having entire conversations with someone we can't see. When asking the family who they are talking to, it has always been a relative that passed away previously. They were never scared or alarmed, just a very calm conversation, and we could only hear one side. It was always peaceful and reassuring. Number 12.5. My mother served tea and some goodies to her dear friend, Galena. We knew Galena was in Hawaii. After she passed, I wrote to Galena to tell her. Her husband, Misha, wrote back to inform us Galena had passed 2 weeks before my mother. Number 12.6. My relative refused real food to eat the lunch she was having with her sister, who passed away several months ago. My husband texted me from the hospital about it because she always ate more of her food if he sat with her and helped her eat. He said she didn't even seem to realize her plate of food. She and her sister were lunching together, and she even put an imaginary fork to her plate and ate and drank her hot tea. She passed away a few days later. I'm glad she got to have lunch with her sister though. It made her happy one last time. Please subscribe, like, and share with anyone that needs these comforting stories. Search for my related book on Amazon using the title of 4,000 Deathbed Vision Stories. Sincerely, Ken.